Yeah, hi everyone. In this project, we will create a meme app by using a clean architecture, and we will also use unit test cases, visit test cases, and integration test end to end. Okay. So, what we will do in this lecture? In this lecture, we will define the architecture of our project, which layer would be inside our application, and why they are at that place. Okay. So let's start building our application. To create application, as we all know, we will use this command create meme app. So I already created this app, so I don't need to create the again. So you can create on your own end. So let's define the architecture of our project. So basically we have three layer in our application. Domain layer, this one, okay, data layer, and the presentation layer. Data layer would be this presentation layer would be outer layer where the user would be interact with our application. Okay, let's see what we will define inside our domain layer. We will divide our domain layer in three parts: entities, repository, and use cases. Why? Let's understand why we are defining three layers. So let's see what is entities. Basically entities are the core element, or we can say, or object inside our application. Okay, let's say we are building a meme application. Okay, inside meme application, what element we have, what element we can think, like we can think that we have a meme object where we will see the meme. Okay, fields. So that would be a one object, and let's say we are using some kind of authentication services inside our application. So, and we want to show the user profile, so we have one more core element that would be a user. So we will define that here. Okay, so for that for this application we will use API, open source API, which come from imageflip.com, and we will use this get API. Okay, get memes, which holds endpoint get memes. Okay, which returns a list of meme object. We will create these entities, meme entities, inside our domain layer. So I hope you understand what is entities and why we need it. So let's come on use cases. So basically use cases are performs what the action you can perform inside our application. Let's say you can call that you want to get all the memes. So for that you have to perform an action which would be get memes, or whatever the name you want to say that. Okay, so as of now we can think that we can perform a action to get all our memes. So for that we will define our use cases, that would be get memes. And why we need use cases? Basically these use cases help us to make the communication between our entities and our repository layer, this layer. By using these use cases we can make a communication between our entities and repository part. Okay, now let's see what is repository. We will define inside repository, we will define our common method, like basically here we can define our common methods, whatever we want to place there. Like for as of now we can think that we have to call some APIs to get all the memes, so we have a one common method that would be a get memes. Okay, so we will define that particular method inside our repository folder in a interface format. We do not need to provide the implementation of that particular method, we just define as an abstract class here. Okay, we will implement that in data layers once we come on that layer. Okay, so let's see our what we have in data layers. In data layers we have three things: models, repository, and data source. Okay, inside models what we have, inside model we will provide the implementation of our entities. Okay, we will extend and then we'll create our model class basically, and these model class are responsible for to retrieve the data from data source and to send the data to data source. Okay, and by using these model class we will map our entities as well, this part which we define inside our domain layer. Okay, now let's come on our repository which we define inside our data layer. These inside this repository, this is the implementation of repository which we define here inside domain layer. Here we will override all the methods which we are defined inside our repository. Okay, and this file is responsible for calling the actual data retrieval and storage from the calling the required that particular data source implementation. Okay, let's say we have a repository. Okay, let's as of now let me create abstract class a c. Okay, here we have a one repository that would return nothing, void get memes. Okay, abstract class C. Okay, fine. Inside repository we have a class called B which extends, we have C which comes from here, or we can also say implement C. So we have to do this. We have to provide the implementation of that particular method inside our repository implementation. Let's say this is B implementation. Okay, this extend implement this class, this C which is our interface which we define our domain layer, and here we will actually define the that particular method which we define here. Okay, inside meme data source, here we will call the actual meme implementation and the data call get memes like this, and this will return. Okay, fine. Now come on our data source part. Inside this part is actual the concrete implementation of our particular logic or particular method calls. Okay, let's say as of now, let's say we are using a API calling here, so we have to define all the HTTP call inside our data source layer. Okay, let's say we have a this get API, so we have to call a get HTTP method here, and we will define a one data source layer inside. We will define inside our data source layer that particular method. Okay, I hope you understand. Now let's come on a presentation layer. Inside presentation layer we have a blog, pages and widgets. We are using blog for state management. Okay, so as of now we have one page that would be a home page where we will show all the memes which we comes from that particular method use cases calling. Okay, and we will define we defined our widgets folder. We will define our common widgets or common components, UI component which we use inside our application. Okay, so that is it for this video. In the next video we will start from our domain layer and define the entities, meme entities here. Okay, and after that we will define our use cases, a repository and a domain layer. Okay, fine. So that's it for this video. So let's see what we will do in a next upcoming video. So thank you for watching this video. Thank you.